Most people spend their lives chasing money yet die broke. Why? It's not because they weren't smart enough. It's not because they didn't work hard enough. It's because no one ever told them the uncomfortable truth. Wealth is not about what you earn. It's about what you think. The world conditions us to believe in a system designed to keep us trapped. Go to school, get a job, pay the bills, retire when you're too old to enjoy life. That's the cycle, and most never question it. But here's the mystery. Why do some people with the same 24 hours, the same opportunities, and often even fewer resources break free from poverty and build empires while the rest stay stuck? It's not luck. It's not privilege. It's mindset. The rich think differently. They see opportunities where others only see obstacles. They make choices that look risky, while the masses cling to safety. And that one difference, the way you think about money, decides your entire financial destiny. So before we go any further, I want you to imagine something. Picture your life 5 years from now. If nothing changes, if you keep thinking the way you think today, working the way you work today, will you be free, or will you still be stuck in the same grind? That question alone separates the rich from the poor. And in this video, we're going to uncover the real reasons why most people will never get rich and how you can break the cycle. But stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will challenge everything you've been taught about money. The first trap is the illusion of hard work. We're told from childhood, work hard and you'll succeed. But look around, how many people do you know who work harder than anyone else, yet never escape paycheck-to-paycheck living? The truth is, hard work by itself doesn't create wealth. If it did, the construction worker under the hot sun would be a millionaire, and the nurse working double shifts would retire rich. But they don't, because the system doesn't reward effort, it rewards strategy. The wealthy don't just work hard, they work smart. They position their effort where it multiplies, where it creates value beyond their own hours. That's why business owners, investors, and creators often outpace employees, because they've learned the one rule most people never even consider. If your income depends only on your time, you're already trapped. The second trap is consumer thinking. Most people spend money to look rich instead of investing money to become rich. A new car, the latest phone, expensive clothes, they buy the image of wealth while quietly drowning in debt. Meanwhile, the rich are playing a very different game. They buy assets that pay them, not toys that drain them. And here's where it gets dangerous. Society encourages consumerism. Ads scream at you to buy now, pay later, and social media shows you a highlight reel of people living the dream with things they can even afford. Most people fall into the trap of comparing, competing, and consuming, never realizing that every dollar they waste is a dollar that could have bought them freedom. And then comes the third trap, fear of risk. Most people are so afraid of losing money, they never even give themselves a chance to win. They avoid investments, avoid opportunities, avoid change, while the wealthy understand that no fortune was ever built without risk. The difference, the rich don't gamble blindly, they calculate, they prepare, and they bet on themselves. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Poverty is safe. It requires no courage, no new skills, no failure. Wealth demands risk, demands growth, and demands the courage to step away from the crowd. And that's exactly why most people will never get rich. They never escape these three traps. But now let me show you something deeper, the mindset shift that turns an ordinary person into someone unstoppable. If you study the wealthy closely, you'll notice something fascinating. They think in terms of long-term gains, while most people think only in terms of short-term survival. The poor ask, how can I make it through this month? The rich ask, how can I set myself up for the next 10 years? That single difference in perspective changes everything. Most people are trained to live in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck. bill to bill. They focus only on getting by, never realizing that their mindset has been programmed to trade time for money forever. The wealthy, on the other hand, focus on leverage. They ask, how can I make money while I sleep? They're not chasing dollars, they're building systems. They know that freedom doesn't come from working harder. It comes from creating assets that keep working even when they stop. But here's the part that really blows most people's minds. Wealth isn't about money, it's about mindset and habits. You could hand a millionaire's fortune to someone with a poor mindset, and within years, they'll lose it. At the same time, you could strip a true wealth builder of everything, and they'll rebuild it because their mind has been trained to think differently. So, what are those mindset differences? The wealthy see money as a tool, not a reward. They value learning over entertainment. While most spend hours watching others live, the wealthy spend hours upgrading their own skills. They embrace delayed gratification. Most people can't resist the impulse to buy today, but the rich discipline themselves to plant seeds that grow tomorrow. And most importantly, they see themselves as investors, not consumers. Every decision is judged by this question: will this bring me closer to freedom or keep me trapped? This is why most people will never get rich, not because they lack talent, but because they lack patience. They want wealth without planting seeds. They want harvest without waiting for a season. And they want results without discipline. But if you can shift that, if you can start thinking like the wealthy, you break free from a system that keeps millions trapped for life. And here's where it gets interesting. There's one key mindset shift that ties all of this together. It's the difference between being controlled by money and being in control of it. Let's go deeper. The wealthy don't just think differently, they live differently. It's not about luck, it's not even about talent. It's about daily disciplines that compound over time. The first practice is financial awareness. Most people avoid looking at their bank account. They swipe cards, pay bills, and hope it all somehow balances. But the wealthy treat money like a soldier in their army. Every dollar has a job, every expense is tracked, every investment is intentional. They know where their money goes because they command it, while most people let money command them. The second practice is continuous learning. While the average person spends hours scrolling, the wealthy invest in their minds. They read books on finance, business, psychology. They study trends, they learn skills, they grow their mental capital. Why? Because the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. Knowledge multiplies opportunities, and opportunities create wealth. The third practice is building multiple streams of income. Most people rely on one paycheck, and when that paycheck stops, their entire life crumbles. The wealthy never depend on a single source. They diversify investments, businesses, real estate, royalties, digital assets. They build safety nets that turn into freedom nets. And here's a secret habit very few talk about. The wealthy guard their environment fiercely. They don't spend their time with negative, draining people. They don't waste energy on gossip or envy. Instead, they surround themselves with people who challenge them, inspire them, and push them higher. Because here's the truth, your income will almost always mirror the mindset of the people closest to you. Now contrast this with the daily habits of the poor: spend more than they earn. Work without tracking progress. Seek entertainment over education. Stay loyal to environments that kill ambition. It's not destiny that keeps most people poor. It's these invisible choices, repeated daily, until the years vanish and they wonder why nothing ever changed. But here's the good news. Habits can be rewritten. You don't have to accept the script society handed you. You can break the pattern if you're willing to discipline your daily life. And in the final part, I'll reveal how to put all of this together: the mindset, the habits, and the courage into one clear path that separates you from the crowd forever. So let's put it all together. Why will most people never get rich? It's not fate. It's not because they were born on the wrong side of town. It's because they stay trapped in illusions, working harder instead of smarter, consuming instead of investing, fearing risk instead of embracing growth. It's because they never shift their mindset from survival to strategy. They keep thinking like employees, like consumers, like victims, when the wealthy think like investors, builders, and creators. And it's because they never practice the daily disciplines that create freedom. They spend instead of saving, entertain instead of learning, isolate instead of surrounding themselves with winners. But here's the truth: you don't have to be most people. You can break the cycle. You can rewire the way you see money. And once your mind changes, your entire future changes. Wealth isn't just about having money, it's about creating options. It's about living life on your terms, not chained to someone else's paycheck. And that freedom begins in your mind long before it shows up in your bank account. The question is, will you settle for being average? Or will you decide today to shift your thinking, to rewrite your habits, and to claim the life most people will never dare to pursue? If you want to go deeper, your next step is clear. Watch my video, How to Master Your Mind. Because if you can't master your mindset, you'll never master your money. In that video, we'll explore how to reprogram your brain, how to build self-discipline inspired by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, and how to finally take control of your life. Don't stop here. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep pushing forward. This is Wisdom Recorded, your knowledge source. If this message spoke to you, hit subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, your future is not written, you're the one holding the pen.